When I arrived at my lakeside estate that sunny Friday morning, I expected a peaceful weekend of fishing and quiet, not the gut-punch sight of my $2.5 million custom boathouse and historic stone bridge reduced to rubble. In their place stood a bulldozer, still idling, with HOA Karen standing proudly beside it like she'd just won a prize. "Illegal structure removal," she said smugly, waving a clipboard. My jaw tightened. The boathouse had been in my family for 3 generations, and the bridge was on the state's historical registry. I pulled out my deed and permits, proving my full ownership and exemption from HOA control. But she laughed and said, "Too late. We had the authority." That's when I decided I wasn't going to play nice. 2 days later, with help from my construction crew, I used heavy machinery to flatten their overwater clubhouse, a building they'd been boasting about for years. Citing safety hazards and expired permits, I knew they had never renewed. The shock on Karen's face when she arrived was worth every second of cleanup. She went ballistic, shouting that she was calling the police right now. But here's the twist. Instead of calling 911, she called a buddy pretending to be a police dispatcher, hoping to scare me into stopping. Within minutes, 3 officers in mismatched uniforms rolled up in an unmarked van demanding I halt demolition or face arrest. I didn't even blink. I pulled out my phone, dialed the real sheriff's office on speaker, and let them know I had trespassers impersonating law enforcement on my property. 10 minutes later, 2 actual deputies and a state trooper arrived, lights flashing. Fake cops froze, realizing their game was up. They were cuffed on the spot for impersonating officers, while Karen sputtered excuses about just trying. To resolve a dispute, the deputies weren't buying it. They took her statement, reviewed my permits, and concluded the HOA had acted illegally when they destroyed my boathouse and bridge. An investigation was opened immediately. Weeks later, the county ordered the HOA to pay me triple damages, plus legal fees, and I used part of the payout to rebuild the boathouse bigger and better than before. The bridge, restored to its original glory, with a plaque commemorating the day Karen lost everything. Now, every time HOA members meet, they have to stare at the empty space where their clubhouse once stood. A reminder that you don't start a war with someone who knows the law better than you and isn't afraid to fight back.